Tonight, the National Guard is moving in as outrage spills into the streets.
They're probably going to decide that the officers are not guilty and probably won't be having any type of charges pressed against them.
And we're used to that, but I definitely won't be surprised because all this week they were saying that they were they were literally boarding up everything in anticipation of the decision. So if everybody's boarding up in anticipation, that means you already know the energy of what's going on. So let's see.
Welcome to 12 News at 4. I'm Walt Grayson. Our time now is 4:18. We're following breaking news out of Louisville, Kentucky, where a former police officer is indicted in the Breyonna Taylor death.
And I'm Jade Balexa. Former officer Brett Hankinson was indicted on 3 counts of wanton endangerment in the police raid that led to Breyonna Taylor's death. They announced no charges against the other 2 officers.
Whoa, wait.
Was a tragedy.
Just to put emotion.
That shit gave you mad PTSD, bro. My goodness. That's gonna be another emotional ride. It never seems to let up. But by no means proponents of violence. But I gotta say, there's not much that happened in the world without a good war. And at a certain point, you have to just get tired of talking, which we already are. At a certain point, first of all, saying people's names in the first place was never enough. But that was a nice, soft way to make somebody's name stay relevant. But if saying the name doesn't work, if getting kicked in your ass doesn't work, what do? You fight back. I'm not going to be the one to say how that is or which way you should do it. But if a system was built to hurt you from the get-go, it's time for a new Black Panther movement. I'm not saying anything has to be violent. I can't even, because people try to make you sound bad if you're saying that, war has to happen. No, wars have had to happen. Violence is not good, but violence does solve things sometimes. I'm not a fan of it. Nobody likes to be fighting and carrying on. Nobody likes to die. Nobody likes those things. But there's something called a greater good. And for the sake of a greater good, sometimes war must go on. It sucks. But there are other components here that put us here. So, and it was inevitable. It is inevitable. Either we're gonna lose our earth. Either we can fight a bunch of people and go to war again, or we can just wait till we all burn up by fire. What you think about that?
Black Lives Matter! 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 Let them know! Black Lives Matter! Let them know we matter! Black Lives Matter!
Police and protesters clashing, with officers firing tear gas and making arrests. The marches began almost immediately and are not letting up.
Was it surprising for you?
No, it's not surprising. Very rarely do Black people get justice when it comes to police.